afternoon, my name is Jill Solon, and I just want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch me do my Speech 2 CPR demonstration. I chose this topic because I found this quote from American Heart Association. Almost 80% of cardiac arrests that take place outside the hospital occur at home and are witnessed by a family member. Yet only 6.4% of sudden cardiac arrest victims survive because most witnesses do not know how to perform CPR. You might ask yourself, what is cardiac arrest? I found this definition from www.heart.org. Cardiac arrest occurs suddenly and often without warning. It is triggered by an electrical malfunction in the heart that causes an irregular heartbeat. With its pumping action disrupted, the heart cannot pump blood to the brain, lungs, and other organs. Seconds later, a person loses consciousness and has no pulse. Death occurs within minutes if the victim does not receive treatment. Why I feel that I am qualified to do this demonstration is I am an LPN. I've been working in the healthcare for 8 years, Mayo Clinic for 6 years, and I've also been tested out every 6 months, and I'm recertified every 2 years. The 3 steps to perform CPR is you assess a situation, you perform chest compressions, and then you do rescue breaths. First off, when you come onto a situation, you want to check the surroundings because you do not want to be in the same situation as that victim you see. You run to the patient once you know it's safe. You say, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" You don't get a response. You check the pulse for 5 to 10 seconds. And where you want to check that pulse is the carotid artery right next to your neck, and then that indentation. You yell for help if you haven't felt anything. Now you want to start chest compressions. As you can see in that diagram, the hands are, one is flat, your dominant hand, and then your other one is folded inside of that. You want to make sure that you are kneeling straight with that chest. As you can tell in that other picture, the elbows are straight and then the shoulders are right above that victim. You want to make sure that your depth is about 2 inches, and then you also, that is about 1/3 of the patient. You want to make sure your chest compressions are about 100 per minute. And as you have probably already heard the song Stayin' Alive, that is the tempo that you need. Also, when you do this, it is very common to break the ribs. That is common, and that does happen. After you do the chest compressions, you do rescue breaths. As you can see in that diagram, you tilt the neck back so you get that clear airway. And you perform breaths. You want to have that good seal. And while you are doing that, you want to watch the chest rise. If the chest does not rise, it is not good rescue breaths. So now we're going to put it all together. Amy, my fellow coworker, has volunteered to be the victim. So here we go. So I'm coming on the situation. I look around, know that it's safe. Amy, are you okay? She does not respond. So all of a sudden I feel for the carotid artery for 5 to 10 seconds. Let's say I do not feel it. Yell for help. For your chest, my dominant hand, and then I fold my hands. I go right in the middle of her chest. I do 30 chest compressions and then 2 breaths. To do 2 breaths, I'm not going to do mouth to mouth on you, but I tilt the head back so we have that perfect airway. And then I open up her mouth and I make sure that there is good seal. Okay. So then I do that for 100 chest compressions, and then for every 30 chest compressions, I do 2 rescue breaths. Thank you, Amy. You can practice. When you come on this situation, I know that your adrenaline is really high, but I do want you to know that there are some laws that protect you because you are possibly going to be breaking the ribs. That's common. The Good Samaritan law protects you. And also, if you're coming on a patient, you don't know them, they're not a loved one, breaths are not required because there is occasionally that there is vomit and blood. So you don't have to just do chest compressions. And also know that anything is better than nothing. Prevent a funeral, save a life.